Over the past year, the People for Change support from the advisor has helped transform mindsets and invoked citizen agency among young men and women in Liberia. The technical guidance, one-on-one mentoring and coaching sessions, as well wide program support on youth engagement and police engagement have helped increase the impact of ActionAid's work in the country, as well enhance commitment to support young people-led processes. The young men and women who have been given guidance on effective advocacy have taken their struggle for justice, equity, and accountability to the communities where they are mobilizing citizens to challenge poor service delivery.
People are suffering all over the place. BA politics it's part of life. But look at the life of the people, look at the realities on the ground. We are talking about we talk about human rights here. We talk about inequalities here. It's far away from politics. How do you expect these people to participate in politics if they are living below the poverty line? How do you expect them to make better decisions? That's why we are calling on government. We want equitable distribution of the national wealth. Are you not being pushed by some politicians? No, I'm not being pushed. We are not being pushed by any politician. We have no political interest. We are social and economic movement. The citizens themselves. We are the ones taking action now. Our healthcare is a mess. Our education is already a mess. And then we are the poorer countries in the world. So that's why we are here today, so that the journalists can see the first-hand information on how the people are living. This is just a 5-minute drive from Joseph Madzvamuse, our vice president, the representative right here. This place is not too far from Monrovia, and the people are living like this. Just do a survey. If the people are close to Monrovia living like this, think about what more about the people that are in the rural area. So we are calling on government to cut recurring expenditure now, and we will demand it until we see it happen.
The People for Change program is a very good program that is allowed transfer of knowledge, transfer of skills from one individual to another, and also building the technical capacity of ActionAid staff to be able to fully support activities on the ground. And what has been most interesting in all this work is that it's a human-to-human relationship that is built, that is strengthened more through continuous interaction.
We are going to the court today, we will go to the police station today too. We are going to stand in solidarity with the little victim that was raped by one of the lawmakers, allegedly raped by one of our Liberian lawmakers. So we are going at the Capitol today to stand in solidarity with her. We believe that rape is a crime and must be dealt with to the bare minimum. Nobody is above the law. The president is not above the law. If you rape in this country, you must be treated like anybody else. But we see today, we have, and you know, rape in Liberia is a non-bailable offense. To see today somebody is allegedly charged for rape and they are still roaming about and living their normal life, we think that is wrong. It's a violence against human beings. So that's why we are going at the Capitol today.
Rape is a heinous crime. It's a very devilish thing, and he has raped. He has been alleged of rape in this country, so he must go and face the full weight of the law. If the law is honoring, so be it. But in as much as he's being alleged, he must go and prove himself to the court of law. And if he's guilty, he must go to jail, because it is a crime against women, it's a crime against humanity. It's a serious crime against the state. Without that.
At first, we were sitting all the way up there at the entrance, as you can see. When we got here, we thought that all youth around Liberia will come out with this one advocacy that rape shouldn't be a family issue. Rape shouldn't be compromised. Rape shouldn't be something that people just take lightly because of somebody's position or what have you. But when we got here, we met another group who we thought that they were the same group as us. But as soon as we were trying to get up on the car, they came and joined us and started tearing our placards and even threatening to brutal us and bust our cars, which we couldn't stand there and allow them to do that. And as well as we are not afraid of them, we are able to stand in front of them and tell them that we have the right to come and advocate as the right to come and advocate for your representative. The police were able to intervene and they divided us and told everybody to take their side. And we are still standing here. We are not deterred. We are not going to be afraid of any group because we are a group of young people that we are not involved in violence. We are just advocating peacefully that justice should be served. Regardless of your position, let justice be served. The message to other Liberians who are coming here or who are passing by, reading these messages that we have on the poster is, we Liberians have to come together and make Liberia a very suitable and conducive place for everybody to live. Because this girl in question today who is being raped, she could be my daughter. I just try to imagine, what if she was my daughter and she was raped by this very older man? What position will I be in? Will I save my mom and say, okay, because he's a representative, so this case shouldn't go far, or he should give me some money that will not even cost for the damages cost on the little girl? So I want all Liberians for us to have one voice. That rape is a serious crime that shouldn't be taken lightly. We should be able to stay on our feet, especially Liberian women. Let's stay on our feet and advocate for our girls' children, because on a daily basis they are being abused, they are being raped, they are being killed. Let us be able to stay as one group and be able to talk so that our voices will be
At program
heard.
level, the support has helped expansion of youth work beyond activist platform to also reach out to formal and informal youth groups and movements, which has strategically placed ActionAid Liberia as an accessible and convenient space for young people.
You talk about change. So what are those change that you foresee? Because I overheard you talk about we want change and all of that. So what are those change that you foresee?
Some of the change that we want to see, if you see the earlier government, the government that is present now, you see people, they are saying that early government is a failure. Because the problem here, if you say you're undertaking a project which is carrying on road development all over the country, thank you, carry on road development all over the country. But if you understand that if we go the pipeline road, the government build that road and only stop it to what you call the turning point there. How you call it, the turning point that's supermarket turning point. And then carry on down. If you check ahead of you, what you call Western, Joseph, they get a lot of people that live in our community. So this is what we are trying, we want change.
One of the things that has really worked in the support that I have provided so far for the 1 year under review is the way we have factored in the 5 principles of youth engagement, which has made ActionAid office more accessible to young people as compared to the period before.
Conflict management, training within Alikin, talking and building network. So we just came back to see.
Through support to key staff such as the Youth and Urban Poverty Programs Manager, the country program has made significant strides in implementing the 5 key youth engagement principles over the 1 year under review. The 2 local rights programs have also seen an improvement in engagement of rural youth, with improvements noted in their engagement on accountability work, as well as women's rights campaign and youth civic engagement.
Capacity in terms of identifying areas for funding. We have been supportive in that direction. Like sometimes at the RLP we say, okay, we have some issue. You say, but why can't you raise some funds? If there's an issue, just write a mini proposal at the central office and see how it can be supported. And most often he provides that umbrella support to me as an individual. So this work is really impacting the RLP, the staff there, and also the structures, the youth structures that we have there.
The biggest highlight of the work that I've been doing over here through People for Change as an advisor has been through the ability to transfer skills to individuals through coaching and mentoring. And those individuals have gone on to affect their communities, they've gone on to affect the the nation at large through different advocacy mechanisms. Also, what the placement has done so far for the 1 year that I've been engaging in is that ActionAid is now, working more closely with line ministries, because one of the things that I realized when I started my work is that we would not effect meaningful change if we don't engage directly with the government on issues that we needed redress. And some of the issues included the national youth policy, issues around resource distribution, issues around participation, active participation of young people and meaningful participation of young people.
Them to carry our message through regarding churches, regarding mosques, and regarding traditional people. Because even if we go out there to preach a message, they got different practices. So we got to meet with them to convince them to see how best we get our message through. And then we got decision makers, the government of Liberia, we got IRC, and we got NGO. So we come down to number 2 where we got mobilization. First thing we have to set up a social network. So let's say social access. Where we'll get the referral group, where we'll be dealing with women group, we'll be dealing with the youth, and we'll be dealing with parents. So we got partners that will be working a long way in the spot in meeting with these people to carry out the message. We got Federation for Liberian Youth, we got Ministry of Health, we got IRCL, and we got Gender Ministry.
And just a few weeks ago, our activist chapter was able to work with so many young people's groups and social movements to engage in peace building activities. As you know, Liberia's history has been one marred with a lot of violence, a lot of violent takeovers of power. There had never been a democratic transition in Liberia before. So with the engagement of the activists and the social movements that we work with, we have seen the fruits, especially from the first round of elections that was conducted on the 10th of October. We have seen it bearing fruits, and a lot more people are beginning to confess, and young people are beginning to see that they are central to peace building initiatives.
UNFPS that we should tell you. UNDP, ActionAid in collaboration with WONA. They said we should tell you people, we should stop powerlessness in election. Don't say when your candidate win, you will bring war. You will fight. Let us accept any result that we want to have a peaceful Liberia. We don't want to go back to 14 years of war again. Anybody that wins, let us take a person as our leader in this project. This is the message we try to you people. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Thank you. The message will go out. The 14 years of war, there were so many disasters that took place. Our parents die, our fathers die, and some, our sisters and brothers will lose them in this war. And majority of our materials and property get damaged. So we don't want those things to repeat again. We are going to tell them that there was a group that came to Singleton to show us about the election, that we should be free and fair election, and we should accept the result, how we receive the result this coming 2017. Because we want no violence in our election in Liberia. We don't want to go back to the 14 years civil war again. So we are the youth in Bowalasa stated that we need peace and peaceful election in Liberia.
So it's really been an interesting